ready to go to town and Riley just screamed. Like a lady scream, and I have no idea why. So let's find out. We're Riley and Courtney Casey. After traveling for 6 months in a truck camper we built ourselves, we fell in love with North Idaho and purchased 20 acres of raw, off-grid land. We spent the summer building our 30 by 40 barn dominium, and with the weather changing, we are pushing hard to get our building insulated, heated, and comfortable. I spent most of the day editing in the camper and I was getting antsy, so I decided to come up and do a little drywalling tonight. So my goal tonight is to get the ceiling taped and this wall here. I know some people hate mudding. I think it's kind of therapeutic, so it should be a good night.
What do you think?
I didn't film any of that like I was supposed to.
What?
But I have the whole ceiling first round done. And it's always really ugly and I'm always really disappointed, and then I sand it and do the second coat and then the third coat and then I'm like, oh, that looks good. So hopefully this is just like those times.
What's your plan for cleaning up all that stuff?
Gonna drink this beer and eat my Captain Crunch.
That has nothing to do with cleaning up.
I'm gonna go swish around in the snow.
We brought a bucket over full of snow and set it by the fire so it would melt and turn into a bucket of water, but it hasn't melted. We don't want to use our drinking water because we have a limited supply. So Courtney got these joints taped, as well as all of the joints down the entire ceiling. I definitely still need more practice, but that is so awesome.
We worked late last night and we got a few more walls drywalled, which means I think it's time to move on to the bedroom.
It is really exciting to see this space starting to feel more like a home, and I'm excited to get that bedroom drywalled because we will be one step closer to moving in.
Drywall is a fun transformation because it really helps the space go from just like a construction site to we could live here.
So let's get that bedroom drywalled in, and then we have some plumbing to do before we can finally get the bathroom and the kitchen done.
Oh, plumbing.
That's our firewood, Boone.
your plan, Stan?
My side down, your side up?
Oh. What? Your side down?
You want my side up?
Yeah.
You gotta lay it flat.
Working on it. There we go. Okay.
Are you ready for this one?
No. Yes.
What are you doing?
Cutting my first outlet out. Riley told me there'd be an outlet there, but I haven't found an outlet. I don't want to keep going. Where's the outlet?
I went based on my mark. I don't know. We have some investigation to do. There it is, right? Yep.
I don't like this.
Now you found the top of the box.
But
Good thing I know somebody that can fix it.
that's why I don't want to mess it up. I have to fix it.
Cody, can you tell us what you're doing?
I'm taking this pancake batter and I'm smearing it on the walls until they look good. I'm covering all of the screw heads and then I'm going to tape all of the seams. I know a lot of you guys had said that we should be running all of our sheets horizontally, but I'm not going to do that because by doing them this way, we don't have any butt joints, and I hate taping butt joints. So like these sheets on the ends or on the sides are always tapered, so it'll end up like it's a really easy joint to tape and it looks really good. Butt joints, like that one, where it's the butts of the sheets that aren't tapered, it's really hard to make them look good. So that's why we're running our sheets vertical, not horizontal. I guess if our ceilings were taller than 8 feet, we wouldn't be able to do that. So yeah, I'm going around and mudding, and then I'm going to do the corners and the seams and hopefully catch up to Riley.
The pressure is on for me now because as you can see behind me, we're nowhere near finished hanging drywall. So I got to keep going to stay ahead of Courtney, so to feed her with work. What's the thing called?
I think this is called a hawk.
You should call it a crow. The time that this thing has saved us is well worth the expense. Plus, it's way more fun to put drywall up and you don't have to measure every single little thing.
But it does make a giant dusty mess.
Which isn't great when off grid because we have to run the shop vac and that uses a lot of power.
Look at the ant hill that you made. That is, oh my goodness. We almost have a bedroom.
We are very close to having all this drywall up. We decided to just keep on going so we could get that whole stack that's been in our way for weeks out of there.
To tell us what happened over there?
Not as clean and easy as I anticipated. Well, first I measured wrong for the box, and so I started on the outside of the box and made this erroneous cut this way, and then over here I got off track and started wandering off, and what on earth are you up to in here? Guys, we tried to up our lighting game for you with these fancy filming lights. I hope they make a big difference.
They're super inexpensive and they seem awesome so far. I'll put a link below. They're from Amazon. And pretty sweet. Okay, I am taping joints. And I'm probably doing it all wrong. These are super easy to tape because these ends of the drywall are tapered. So you have a bunch of room to put your mud and tape, and then you still end up with a flush finished product. So I put mud on, and I put the tape on. It takes 3 coats to make these look good. The first coat's just to get the tape on, the second coat's to kind of start smoothing it out, and then the third coat's to really get it nice and smooth. Here we go.
The dogs have really been enjoying being able to hang out up here with us. I am really glad we built that staircase for them.
I like the staircase too. I don't feel like I'm gonna die every time I want to come up here.
The downside to the staircase is that Courtney comes up here a lot more often.
What?
I'm just kidding.
I can leave. Do you want to do this?
No, I don't. I have never done any of the taping or the mudding part of drywall work. Courtney has always just taken care of it all.
I love drywall YouTube videos because you can learn so many cool tricks. So this was one trick I learned. When you want to cut the tape, you just put it on the wall with your knife. Boom. I'm like a neat and tidy person, and this is messy. I can't figure out a way to not make it messy, so I've just accepted the fact that it's very messy. And then same thing when you're down here, when you're done, you just hold your knife at the bottom of the wall. And pull.
I came in to a scream, and Courtney's tape fell off her ladder and rolled on the floor, wrapped around the tripods, and over into the other corner.
It looks like I TP'd our house.
What are you working on now?
The seam between the ceiling and the wall, which I think is the hardest seam to tape because it's just awkward and you have to be on a ladder the whole time.
You're doing a great job. For the first time in a long time on this project, I am too warm to wear a jacket.
Woo!
That means our stove is working and it is finally warming up in here. We've noticed over the last week or so that it seems like this entire building is starting to get a little bit heat soaked because it is just generally a lot warmer inside, even when the fire's not going.
What happened, Riley Casey?
It's not that funny. Somebody who was working in the same space as me made a big mess on the floor and didn't clean it up. I knelt down to put this sheet up.
It's like the worst possible. You're ready to go to town, and Riley just screamed. Like a lady scream, and I have no idea why. So let's find out.
After narrowly missing me earlier today, it just got me when I went out to get the generator.
Knocked your beanie.
We're gonna need to cover over this door. Eventually our deck will cover this area, so this door and this whole outside will be undercover, but until then, snow just lands on us. I want to give a huge thanks to our friends, the Mortels, for this Brew Trek French press. It's even got an awesome logo of their truck and camper on it. If you don't follow them already, you should go check them out on YouTube. Their channel name is called The Mortels, and they do all kinds of awesome truck camper adventures in their 1-ton Ram and Scout camper. Thanks again, guys.
The dogs got new bandanas thanks to Riley's mom, and they are... Bailey's has her favorite animal to chase.
What is it?
Front and center. Bailey loves to chase bunnies.
She's played with a fox before.
Well, yesterday was a super productive, super fun day.
We got the entire stack of drywall out of here, and it feels like there's way more space now to walk around.
That was our 1/2-inch drywall, which was on all of these walls. Now it's time to do 5/8 drywall on all of those walls so that we have a fire rated wall in between the apartment and the garage.
So the plan is that this wall will get 5/8 drywall on the inside and the outside with the seams offset from each other, and we'll do 2 layers of 5/8 drywall underneath us to make sure that we're protected in case a fire down in the shop were to happen. We want to have time up here in the apartment to get out before we catch on fire. Hopefully that never happens though.
Hopefully.
We also have some of the mold-resistant drywall to put up in the bathroom, and we're getting pretty close to having what feels like a home. But before we can drywall that wall, we have to insulate it.
And before we can insulate it,
we have some plumbing to do.
yes.
So this is our temporary staircase that we're only using until we get our outside deck done. Then our main access in and out of our apartment is going to be from the outside, up the staircase outside. So, being that this is temporary, we were really undecided on what to do here for a long time, and we decided to go ahead and frame in a door opening and install a fire-rated door between our apartment and our shop. This is going to act as our sort of secondary exit in case of emergency. Maybe someday there'll be a mezzanine back here with more storage. We don't really know, but we do know that we're going to want a door here. So I also think it'd be really fun to have like a rope swing that starts from here, or maybe a fire pole.
For some reason, this bat is really thick. Oh, it's two of them. LOL. Ah, no! No! I dropped it and it fell, and now it's broken. Whoops.
We didn't have any extras.
It'll still work.
Just kidding. We don't have any extras because we didn't buy anywhere near enough. We bought as much as we could fit in Courtney's car. So with the door framed, now we can insulate and drywall. Courtney, can you tell us what we're using for insulation?
For these interior walls, we don't need the vapor barrier, so we're using unfaced, and then we're using rock wool instead of fiberglass because apparently it has better sound deadening properties, but is still very flame resistant. This one is like specifically, it says fire resistant or fire rated, but I think all of the rock wool is fire resistant, so.
Why would we want sound deadening?
We want sound deadening in these walls so I don't have to listen to Riley poop. And we want sound deadening in these walls so that I don't have to listen to Riley grind.
Completely acknowledge that this door framing is not really conventional since we're missing the jack stud on this side, but we didn't want to have to shift the door over another 1.5 inches and lose that space on the other side of the door opening. But it's a non-load bearing wall and I really don't think it's going to be a problem.
I've never seen snowflakes this big before.
They're massive.
They're like snowballs falling from the sky.
Courtney just told me the forecast for tomorrow.
4 to 6 inches of snow, and then the next day 4 to 6 inches of snow, and then the next day 4 to 6 inches of snow.
Forever.
I think we're finally gonna get to test the snow overlander. I know you guys have really wanted us to test it, but the conditions have just been too sloppy, and there's like rocks and stumps, and we didn't want to destroy them.
We are getting very close. Plus we have to install them. We've been a little busy.
It's so much work. Oh, I'm tired.
Get her, Boone. Get her, Boone.